All right, guys, welcome back to the Point Guardian. It's week 4 for us for the quarter. I'm Marcus. I'm here with Richard.
Hi.
Alex.
Hi.
And Miguel.
Hey.
Is this the first time we've had like a full podcast?
In a while.
In
a long while.
In a while.
Yeah. So congratulations to all of you for being here.
Yeah.
I'm here most of the time. Good 90.
It's Marcus and
Good
Miguel.
90.
It's primarily you two, I think.
This podcast should be named Marcus and Friends.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it is at this point.
So today we're going to be talking about basically what just happened this past week. So kind of 2 segments. One of them is all the injuries and what it means for the respective teams. And the second is mostly all the trades that are happening right now, with the trade deadline being next Thursday. And again, what it means for the teams. I do want to start with the injuries, though. We haven't really talked about it, but about, a week and a half ago? A week ago? DeMarcus Cousins got injured, which kind of had a huge impact on what is going on during the trade deadline, too, because now New Orleans is trying to stockpile talent, I guess.
I mean, they picked up Mirotic.
Yes.
And they gave up a lot for him.
Did they, though?
No.
A pick, or a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and the ability to swap picks?
No, the second-round pick comes from the Bulls. The Bulls are sending Mirotic in a second-round pick and have the ability to swap second rounds in the future. And New Orleans is sending a Sheek, Felton.
Nelson, right?
Nelson.
Oh, Nelson, not Felton, sorry. Nelson and someone else, Tony Allen, right?
Yeah.
Tony Allen,
And
yeah.
the first-round pick, yeah.
That's worth. You're not. I mean, okay. So Nelson's not. Okay, you have Rondo and you have Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
And you also have Ian Clark. You don't really need Jameer Nelson, and then you have Omer Ashik, who's literally not doing anything on the bench. And so they're getting rid of 2 people who don't play. Tony Allen all he does is defend. He can't make he can only make layups. He's like Roberson, but
And worse.
worse
Yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
older.
Although, I do think Tony Allen goes to the Thunder.
I mean, he probably will.
Well, the argument for this trade is it's basically Mirotic for a first-round
pick.
Pretty much.
I think they had to align the salaries, and they're dumping a Sheek on the Bulls.
Yeah.
The great return of a Sheek.
Omer Ashik.
sound so happy.
Let's first talk about the injury. So DeMarcus Cousins is out with an Achilles. He's in a contract year. He's out until the end of the season.
No. Oh no. That sucks.
It sucks.
Shame.
So the question now going forward for him is, does he get a long-term contract? Does he get a max contract? And does he stay with the Pelicans?
I don't know.
Someone will offer him a max contract. I just don't know if he wants to take it.
What's the history of people coming back from Achilles injuries?
Really bad.
Yeah,
like
really bad.
I remember Kobe.
So he
back
should
in the
take
day.
it.
Or he should take it.
I think only one.
But
person
I think
can
he'd
come
be the type of player
I don't
to take a chance on himself, but get that one 1+1 deal, and try to get more.
If I was him, I wouldn't do that. If someone comes to me with 4 years guaranteed,
How-
I'd take it.
Is the cap going to continue booming into the next few years?
No.
When does that stop booming?
It's basically stagnating right now. It stopped booming last year.
I mean, this summer right now has no money right now.
Yeah.
Out
Nobody
there.
has money. Yeah.
Which is why the 1+1 would make sense.
But that equals 2.
Player option.
Never mind.
Quick
Never
maths?
mind. No, never mind.
Well, some of the teams are going to clear out space, right? Like, they have to. They're going to cut people. They have buyouts. Like, the Suns just bought out
Greg Monroe.
Greg Monroe. Like, they're gonna do this to get...
Oh, he's going to the Celtics.
He is?
Yeah,
He
for
just signed for the
signed.
Celtics for $5 million.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't think it's a good idea, but I
He
guess he
turned
wants the
down a
money.
starting role with New Orleans.
New Orleans. That's what
I
it
don't think
was.
he would start in New Orleans, though. I
He
think
would.
I think they start Mirotic and
No,
they
but
bring him off the
he wants a
bench.
chance of winning in the East. It's easier.
That's just what I read, that he turned down a
I
starting
don't think he's
role.
old enough to be ring chasing.
No, but
Wasn't it before the Mirotic trade, though?
no, but
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
It's... Yeah.
the Celtics are just better.
But he's not. He's going to be the third center off the bench.
No, yeah, he's behind. No, but the thing is, so he's behind. He'll be behind Horford and Bane. But the thing is, so you put Bane in the starting lineup. Well, he's already in the starting lineup, no? No, he's not.
He's not.
All right, so you have Irving, Smart,
They have a fairly small
Tatum,
starting
and
lineup
Brown,
with
and then Horford,
and-
right? And so if you need to, you can move Bane into the starting lineup. If you need a
What
big
team
lineup.
has that big of a lineup that they actually do that?
No, but what I'm saying is
In
they.
the East.
In the East, yeah.
Well, they
Sixers
don't need to
maybe,
do that.
but I think they're already beating the
No,
Sixers.
you don't do that.
But what I'm saying is they can, and so Horford can actually play the 4, right? Which is, but it's just
You shouldn't play Horford. At
no.
the 4,
But
though.
I'm saying that, like, it opens up a lot for them because he can also Monroe can help their bench, which is like kind of meh, you know. When all the starters are out, their bench is kind of shitty, except for Terry Rozier.
Rozier.
I don't know why I said Rozier, but it's a good pickup for the Celtics.
What do you
I'm
need-
just saying
do
it doesn't make sense for Monroe because he's trying to revitalize his career. You need playing time for that.
Or he's trying to get a ring.
Does he care? He's getting paid.
He's
Anyways.
getting paid $5 million.
Yeah.
And he's getting paid the money from the buyout too.
Apparently, the Pelicans can only offer $2.2 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because they just
'Cause
picked
it's
up
a min.
Mirotic.
Yeah.
Fuck. If I get paid $5 million to play basketball, it'd be fucking dope. What the hell?
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Right.
This
he's
just
getting
in.
paid $5 million to
Richard
not play
quits
basketball.
UCSD, joins some NBA D League.
Yo, that junior NBA team though.
Yeah. So Boogie is out. Wall is out.
How long is Wall out for?
6 to 8 weeks. No.
Yeah, they're all out
all
for about
6 to 8.
2 months.
Yeah.
Kevin Love is out for 2 months.
And
I'm
he's
forgetting
happy as a.
Gordon Hayward's coming back in 2 months.
Ugh.
Isn't that the meme?
Am I forgetting
He shouldn't
someone?
come
I'm
back.
forgetting someone. Who else got injured?
John Wall, Kevin Love.
Lonzo's still injured.
Lonzo Ball.
It's not important enough.
What?
Just all stars. No, there's another all star.
No.
How dare you?
You mentioned DeMarcus Cousins already. That's all. That's all
yeah,
three.
it's Cousins and then those 2 other guys.
Those 2 other guys.
Those 2 other
I forgot
guys.
their names already.
Wajbomb.
No, Wizard.
Boogie, Wall, and Love.
I thought Wall's
Okay,
name
so
was Wizard.
so they're all stars. They're all on LeBron's team, right?
yeah.
Yep.
So Boogie is replaced by not Drummond.
George.
Paul George.
Kevin Love is replaced by Drummond, and
Dragic.
no, John Wall is
Dragic.
replaced by Drummond, and then Kevin Love is replaced by Dragic.
What do you think about Dragic?
I mean, the Heat deserved one, so
What
I
about
like
Kemba?
the pick, but he's not.
People say Kemba deserved it more than he did.
I think Ben
The
Simmons
Heat
should
are the
have
number
been
4
in
seed, and they have no All Star.
No, that's true.
I think Simmons should have been in the All Star game.
I mean, Eric Spoelstra, bro. He's coached the Heat.
Yes, he's coaching them up, but they
yeah,
need an All Star.
he's coaching them out to a first round exit.
That's just what he does, dude.
That's just what he does.
No, but he's keeping them competitive.
Yeah.
Considering, I think that he's a good coach.
And it's not like Dragic was playing like shit.
Oh
No, he's a good player.
no, yeah.
I feel like I'm forgetting.
So what do you think
someone.
about
This
Blake
is
Griffin
annoying.
going to the Pistons?
Who?
I mean,
Start of a
just easy
dynasty.
win.
Who?
It's the start of a dynasty.
Easy win for the Clippers, and there's the Detroit's going all in on something that they know won't work, because Reggie Jackson is worse than Chris Paul,
So
and Drummond is better than
DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan.
So you
They're not
just-
going to get any better than the Clippers did.
They'll do better. I promise.
The only advantage is it's if the Clippers were in the East, and they'd still lose to LeBron, even with these Cavs.
True. I don't know, man.
Did you talk about Robertson?
Roberson.
Robert?
Oh,
Oh,
Robertson got
fuck.
injured too. That's the one I was forgetting. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, which is why they're going to pick up Tony Allen.
Yeah, but they
Like
Well, Tony Allen got traded. Did he get cut after that?
He's going to.
he's going to.
Okay.
That's the plan.
They have to cut someone because they have too many players,
Gotcha.
and Tony Allen doesn't fit into Chicago's plans. Period.
who does?
I mean,
Shoot.
If you were a Chicago Bulls fan right now, which jersey do you pick up?
Justin
That's the real-
Holiday.
No, Justin Holiday can go to hell. Justin Holiday deserves to be in the D League.
He's a good 3-and-D, as long as that's all you want him to do.
But he's not a 3. he's not even a good shooter.
He's not a good shooter because you're making him take all of your shots.
I'm pretty sure he's the one taking all the shots.
He's at the green light.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Lakers.
Okay, so injuries. How are they gonna impact the playoff race, right? So the biggest impact is obviously the Pelicans, and the Thunder. So the Thunder kind of goes from a team that, is going to wreck a lot of things in the playoffs to a team that might not even make it out of the first round. Is that an overstatement?
I think they have enough. Well,
right now they're at 5. They're playing the Timberwolves.
The T-Wolves?
Yeah.
Oof.
I think that's a really bad matchup for the Thunder, actually.
Okay, Steven Adams stifles Cat to a certain extent. So it's pretty much going to be Paul George versus
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
I'll take Jimmy Butler every day.
Paul George is playing his ass off.
I hear Brook Lopez is crying. Paul George?
Paul George versus Jimmy Butler.
Paul George.
Okay, we're interrupting this podcast to
No,
have
Paul
the
George.
Lakers segment brought to you by
We'll do it
Richard.
Paul George? I take Paul George over Jimmy Butler.
Oh, come on. You
What?
guys are
What
not
do you mean,
serious.
come on?
Jimmy Butler is like a legitimate MVP candidate this season. I don't know why Paul George still has the advantage over him.
I just think he is a better
He's a
playoff
better
record.
shooter. That's literally it. Yeah, because
No, he's
Jimmy
just-
Butler has played on bad teams his whole life.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
don't know.
not-
I just prefer. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's not like they're playing like 1-on-1 against each other. Like I think the Thunder.
They'd be matching up though, I think, because I don't
They'd
think
match
the Timberwolves should put Wiggins on
I'd
Paul
still
George.
take George.
That'd be a mistake.
If Wiggins gets put on George, Wiggins is going to be on the ground half the
He
time.
will die.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the thing. I think they have to put Butler on him.
But who? So Wiggins guards Westbrook. Who's guarding Westbrook?
Jeff Teague. He's gonna get cooked, but
But a lot of people who doesn't get cooked by Westbrook.
no, that's the
thing.
thing.
Clay.
Yeah.
Clay, yeah. But even Clay gives up.
Lonzo?
Gives up. Oh bullshit.
Thank you.
All right, so fine, but I'll still take Butler over Paul George. I don't care.
Okay.
So the Thunder Pelicans are at 7 right now, and so they are without Cousins. They still probably gonna make the playoffs because the Clippers are behind, and the Clippers are probably gonna need a little bit of time to mesh.
Mm-hmm.
So the race for the 7-8 spot right now is between the Pelicans, the Nuggets, and the Clippers, and 2 of those teams have had basically major shakeups, right?
Dark horse Utah makes it.
Utah is 22-28 though.
Hey, they stopped the Warriors though.
They destroyed us.
Okay.
Oh my god, they
in
destroyed
the red
us.
jerseys, the city version. It was really neat.
Were there
The Bay ones or the city ones?
City ones for Utah.
For Utah?
Yeah, that's
Those are the flashy ones, right?
the red, yellow
Yeah.
ones. Yeah, and they had the
I don't know how I
arch on
feel
the
about
court.
that. It's like, oh, we used to be in New Orleans, but that was like 50 years ago. Then they just put that on a.
No, I feel like the
on a-
colors were
on a
meant to
jersey.
represent Utah, right? Because aren't there like red, like
Is it?
they're like rock formations in Utah, no?
Yeah.
Like,
there
so
are
I
in fact
guess-
rock formations in Utah.
Right,
yeah.
so it's meant to be like a homage to Utah, the state of Utah itself.
I could see that.
It's just kind of weird for a team that plays in like blue and white.
Yeah,
all
it's
the
just not their
time.
colors.
Uh-huh.
That's
It's
what's
just like
off.
you see them play, you're like, is that the Suns?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about that. We have the Timberwolves playing in bright lime
Yeah, that's weird.
neon green
their
half
eyes.
the
It's
games.
supposed to be their
Yeah,
eyes,
but at
right?
least their color are like blue and green.
Yeah.
Recently, not in the
Neon
past. In the past, it was blue and like black and stuff.
Yeah.
But like recently, they changed it's like they
They've
changed
always
their
had green,
logo
though.
They
to
rebranded.
have those colors, right?
Mhm.
For Utah, it's just like, oh, we'll just like throw one jersey like this that has nothing to do with anything.
But I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, if you look,
I think that's the point of like
if you look at
the statement
Miami's
jerseys.
city jerseys, have you seen them?
The Vice.
Yeah, the Vice
Yeah.
ones. Those are dope, by the way.
Those are
guess.
super nice.
Yeah, and so it's like it's meant to just be like it's Nike being Nike, yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, I don't mind it. It's just kind of weird. You
The
just see
Lakers
them play and you're like,
have an all
yeah.
black one.
The Mamba.
That's dope.
I
On
think
the
that is
and
a kind of a weird jersey though.
Yeah,
The all black Laker jerseys.
it's designed by Kobe, right?
Was it?
Or Kobe had
that's
something to
funny
do with
because
it.
they're literally the two only ones that watch
It's,
Lakers games here.
Go
I have
ahead.
no idea what they're talking about.
They're talking about the Laker jersey, and it's just a black. It looks like a basic black jersey if you look from afar.
But it's scaled.
But if you look
right?
at it, it's scaled for Black Mamba.
yeah,
Mhm.
So
it's supposed to be like a Kobe City jersey or some shit.
Wow, that's okay.
Yeah,
it doesn't look bad.
no, it
But
doesn't look bad.
Just kind
It doesn't mean
It's
anything.
super hard to realize that it's the special one.
Yeah,
But
rather
it's
than
not just
their
San Antonio
black
playing.
jersey.
but I like the black jerseys. They're dope.
Huh?
No, it's more Lakers stuff. Just so you know what I mean.
Okay. Moving to the Eastern Conference, so the Cavaliers lost Kevin Love, the Wizards lost John Wall. So Cavaliers are 3, Wizards are 5 right now. Wizards are probably gonna get like overtaken by the Pacers and maybe the Bucks. So the Wizards might end up at like 7 or 8 if they don't. They won 3 in a row since John Wall has been out. That's yes, but like you don't know. And then the Cavaliers are solidly in 3rd. I don't think the Cavaliers move at all. I think they just stay in 3rd until the end of the season.
I want to say you're correct, but Miami's on their Miami's so close.
Miami is 2.5 games back. Yeah.
The question is, when does LeBron start okay, I'm going to hold this spot now?
Not in a regular season. I don't think he cares.
To a certain extent, home court matters. So,
I mean, he could
how
win
much
anywhere.
does he put into it? Because if LeBron decides now I'm going to start taking over before I leave to the Warriors, I'm going to go. He could very much take Toronto's spot.
No, he can't.
They're 4 games back. I don't know. I don't see it.
I think Toronto's one of the better teams in the league right now.
Right now, with their new offense.
Yeah, and their bench, and even if LeBron goes full LeBron mode, like the Cavs are just dysfunctional right now. Their team sucks.
Are they going to be able to do anything without Kevin Love? Like, obviously, they can still win.
IT's a chucker.
They're still gonna win games, obviously, because it's the East, right? And LeBron just needs to be LeBron to win games. That's kind of like the thing about them. But
that's what we've figured out for the past 7 seasons.
That's kind of why I'm like, I don't think they're gonna suddenly move in the standings just because they're just gonna do just enough to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
The Heat is 2.5 games back, but I don't know.
I would love to see. Okay, real talk. LeBron's not going to the Warriors, but I would love to see him go back to the Heat.
Real talk.
That would be. Think about that. Him going back to the Heat.
The return
Heat
2.0.
beating Cavs in the standings,
Why would
and
he
LeBron goes back to South Beach.
No, why would he go back to South Beach when he can go to Los Angeles?
Yeah, the Clippers.
Okay, he's not going to Los Angeles.
11 seed, 4 seed, or like a 1-3
Lakers,
seed.
bro.
Okay. So the ideal destination for LeBron James is Houston, as everybody knows.
What?
Yeah, but
Chicago.
He's not coming to Chicago. Okay, I remember in 2010, and I was explaining to my parents how LeBron James was going to sign with Chicago. And I felt really, really confident about it. Because the last three cities were Miami, Cleveland, and Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, they have young Derrick Rose. It's happening. This is the year. They just needed to get rid of Luol Deng, which they did eventually. And I was like, yeah, it's happening. And then, Chicago ended up getting beaten by LeBron every single year.
No faith in
imagine
that
that Bulls
Griffin
team with LeBron.
recruiting LeBron and the Clippers that year.
No, it was documented that his last 3 choices were Miami, and that's why I was like, at that point I was like, yeah, it's gonna happen. But no, it did not. Please, Blake Griffin, LeBron James on the Clippers, please.
The Knicks were also putting up a fight, trying to get him to come there with Melo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, remember when the Knicks traded their entire roster to land Melo, and they could have just signed him in the next summer?
Yeah.
Good times. Okay, so Cavaliers. Let's go into trades. Let's go talk about the ones we haven't talked about yet. Or
Julius Randle.
Not that much, huh?
Julius Randle. I think
Did
he's
he
gonna
get traded?
He did not.
Are we
He
talking
did not.
about
He's gonna get
rumors or are
traded.
we talking about actual trades?
Rumors.
So
Oh, we're talking about actual
We're
trades?
just talking about the Lakers then. Is that
No,
what you're
no.
saying?
Oh, we talking about actual trade? No, but I'm being like Randall. I think Randall's on the they're gonna try to
I
move
assume
him.
he wanted to talk about the Blake Griffin trade,
That's fine.
but
Thanks.
Go ahead.
We can talk about Randall.
No.
Okay.
There's nothing.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we can talk about
There's
it
nothing
next
too
week
really.
if he
There's
gets
nothing too really
traded.
talk about. Yeah. Blake Griffin.
Okay, so Blake Griffin gets traded to Detroit. Detroit is right now is still out of the playoffs at 9 in the East. The Clippers get basically a rental in Avery Bradley for a year, Tobias Harris for 2. And
And they get rid of Blake's contract.
And they get rid of Blake contract. But both of these teams are at 9 right now, and this kind of like feels. I feel like the Clippers are like the big winners of this, but I've read a lot of things that said that the Clippers like screwed up by getting rid of the only superstar that they ever had.
They're screwing up in short term. They're winning long term.
Yeah.
Like
this is the long term.
But they did do him dirty. They did do him super dirty by him finding out over Twitter.
That's Jerry.
I mean,
just pay basic respect.
No, I get that part, but I always feel like, you know, going back to LeBron and stuff like that, it's like the players are also going to like look out for themselves at some point. It's just like if he didn't want to sign, if he wasn't greedy and wanted that extra max contract from the Clippers, he could have signed with another team. Like a lot of these players, the only reason they stay with the team that drafted them is because they get $25 million more. Like I don't know if that's loyalty. That sounds like someone who wants more money to me. Which again, they're entitled to do that, but just, you know.
I mean, the whole point of giving them more money is to make them stay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Who's going to stay in small markets?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But that's fine. But that's also like the point about it being, you know, like a Clipper for life or whatever. I don't know.
How many Clippers
if he wanted to be a Clipper for life, he should have asked for a no trade clause. No?
Yeah, he said specifically that he just wanted to be with an organization that wanted him, so that's why he didn't ask for the no trade clause. So
well, that's him not being a good businessman. Then I don't know.
No, that's him.
I don't
saying,
actually mind.
I want to play for a team that wants me. Like, if my team is like, get the fuck out of here, I'm gonna leave. Like,
yeah.
What's the point of loyalty when the other person's trying to stab you in the back?
No, that's fine. But if that's what he says, then he shouldn't be like upset about being sent to Detroit.
Is he upset?
I don't think he is. I
I
think he's fine. No, I mean, like, for everything that I saw, it was like, oh my god, like the Clippers, and I'm just like, well, whatever, like, good for them. They made the smart business move, and that's like 90% of what the NBA is about.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Like, we all know it's gonna be like one of 4 teams gonna win the title. It's gonna be the Rockets, the Warriors, the Cavaliers, or one of maybe like either the Raptors or Celtics. Not that it's probably gonna be the Warriors, right? So that means 26 other teams are just there standing around. So why wouldn't you clear 170 million of your cap space for the next 5 years and just or 4 years? 5 years? 5 years, I think.
5 years.
It's a 5-year contract.
And just move on and be like, okay, like this is not going to work out. This guy has already like missed I don't know how many games this season because he's injured.
It was the right play.
Yeah, I think it was the right move.
Clippers, I mean, it's mutually beneficial.
Does it make Detroit better though?
Yeah.
That's the question.
I think so.
Does it?
I think so.
Really?
I think
Make your point.
Avery Bradley's a good wing. He's regressed this season.
Yeah, they have no wings now.
Yeah.
That might just be him not adapting well to Van Gundy's system, which could be changed over like a year getting used to it.
But Blake can kind of hit the 3 now. That makes him a wing threat.
That's fair.
So could Tobias Harris.
Yeah, but he's way better than Tobias Harris. No, like people don't stop Blake Griffin. You know what I mean? Like Blake Griffin will get his no matter what. He's a superstar, right? Barring injuries.
Okay.
Tobias Harris can't be stopped. Like he doesn't. Tobias Harris is a good player and he's got moves, but like compared to Blake Griffin, like they just don't match up. I think I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna get you out of the East.
Well,
Did Detroit give up a first round pick for him too?
I thought it was just 2.
It was just 2 players, right?
And then for Griffin, right?
Am I
I think they did give a pick. Oh,
Then yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So they're giving up both the future and they're going for a present that's not even that high of a ceiling.
Yeah, because they don't have any wings and
It's a worse version of Lob City.
No, yeah. The Clippers definitely want won that.
Won the trade, but I don't understand the Detroit. Yes.
Well, they're not gonna re-sign Bradley, right? Or like isn't Bradley on a contract or something? Or like this is his
he's
contract.
expiring. Yeah.
Yeah, he's expiring, so they don't want him. And maybe they just want to. Maybe Van Gundy just wants to see what having 2 towers is gonna be like. I mean, I
That
mean,
never works.
we
though.
won't. I mean, it worked for the Lakers, but they had Kobe. That's different. No, like
So the way Van Gundy's Magic teams were constructed, right, was you had Dwight Howard in the middle, and then you had Hedo Turkoglu, right, handling the ball. That's kind of what can happen. But that was also like
way back when
8 years
we
ago.
didn't have the switching defenses.
Yeah, that was
have
8
now.
years ago when having a traditional center was still the way to win because the Lakers won 2 titles with Bynum and
Gasol.
And Gasol, yeah.
Well, more Gasol than
but the
Bynum,
game was a lot
but-
slower.
And the Celtics had Kevin Garnett
it hadn't
basically playing the
evolved,
5. And
right?
Perkins. They had Perkins, most of all.
when it was still traditional lineups.
But-
yeah,
Of
that's
Before
what I
Steph
mean.
Curry
That's what I
came
mean.
out.
That's when it worked. That's when they made the finals.
I think Drummond can hold his own though. He's not like a traditional big.
He's not skilled at all. That's the thing. People
He-
are like
he's
making a
more
big
skilled
fuss.
than DeAndre Jordan.
People are making a big fuss about him like shooting 50% of his free throws, and I'm just like, it's still only 50% of his free throws.
Well, that's true.
He can't shoot outside of the paint, which is fine. But when you pair him with another guy that's like what Blake is 6'10", 6'11",
Who can shoot from outside? Enough that you have to respect that.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, right now in the East, that's what Joel Embiid and Al Horford.
I mean,
So that's the two that you're gonna be up against. Which
Jonas
is
Valanciunas, Marcin Gortat. Yeah, no,
yeah.
you're right.
We won't really know, right, how the lineups are gonna work out until we actually see them run a little more. I mean, they've won these 2 games already.
Well, they have to play those two. Those two are the best players.
Yeah. No, I mean, but what like, I don't even know
and
who's
maybe
on the
it'll be
team.
different when Reggie Jackson comes
Reggie
back.
Jackson,
He's been injured lately.
Stanley
He's been
Johnson. Who else are the other
I don't
players?
know.
Some other like some white guard.
Some white guard.
No, that's the only reason.
They have
like, I don't
Langston
even-
Galloway.
I don't. Maybe.
Let's look this up. Let's see.
Detroit's players.
Yeah, I'm curious because they kind of gutted the roster for
Griffin.
Mr. Blake Griffin. I don't know.
I read something a little while back.
They got Reggie.
Like I think immediately after the trade that Detroit, they have problems filling seats in their arena, and so that brings like a sort of star that like people would want to come to see. So at least on the business end of it, it might make some sense to
Have him for 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one weird.
But they're not gonna
team.
win.
No, they won't.
So-
win.
So they're sacrificing. They're sacrificing winning or like a chance at winning long term for tickets, which is.
I mean, I think that's the.
Well, at this
Small
point,
market dream.
they're just like the second coming of the New Orleans experiment, basically.
Yeah.
Not saying like that Blake and Andre Drummond are comparable to DeMarcus Cousins, but that's
pretty-
just the roster structure, right? They have
Yeah.
one very good center, one very good power forward, and one above average point guard in Reggie Jackson, and then all the rest is Reggie Bullock, Dwight Breeks, Henry Ellenson, Kay Felder, Langston Galloway.
They have Kay Felder.
Yeah, Bryce Johnson, Stanley Johnson, Luke Kennard, who's definitely a bust, John Lawyer, just a bunch of guys.
Lawyer.
Ish Smith is pretty good, but he plays the same position as Reggie Jackson, so that's
Ish Smith is
the
holding his own,
team.
but yeah.
That's
Not a good team.
That's not a good team.
It's almost as
Um,
bad as the Hawks.
So no, let's not go there.
That's a new case right there.
So they're gonna make the playoffs, maybe, and then they're probably gonna.
Who are they gonna
get-
play?
Well, if they make the playoffs at 8, they're gonna get
yeah.
destroyed by the Celtics. Especially now that the Celtics have Greg Monroe.
Or maybe Blake Griffin's gonna dunk on all of them.
I honestly don't think Greg Monroe is going to do anything for the Celtics.
Oh,
Well, if they play the Pistons, just put him on Drummond.
we'll see.
Just
Or
let
they
them
could
like
do what they've
neutralize
been doing
themselves.
normally and just destroy them anyway.
Brad Stevens.
No, I
is the
know,
GOAT.
but for a second unit, I don't think he's a bad fit for a second unit. As long as he's not a starter. He's also like 23 years old.
Who?
So
Is he 23?
Drummond, right?
Oh, what?
I feel like he's super young.
Drummond?
Oh, Greg Monroe. Sorry.
No, he was
No
Drummond.
way.
Oh,
he's
I'm,
like
I'm inverting the two.
20
Drummond is 24, and then Greg Monroe is like 27 or 28.
Okay.
That's my bad. I always mix them up for whatever reason.
But I feel like I've heard the name Greg Monroe for like ages, and it just seems like. But I mean, he has
Yeah,
an
he's
old
like
man
28.
game, right? He got a post-up game. That's it.
post up game.
fine.
And he's supposed to be a really good passing big man, but he's never really shown that in the NBA.
Yeah, all he does is post up. That's back to basket, right?
He doesn't really have a jump shot to
Yeah, he's
work
27.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
I mean, at most it would be mid range, but it's not like super consistent.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
And he played for Detroit before. This is just, I don't know what Detroit is doing. Is there anything else that we want to mention? Do you want to have your small Laker corner right now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Sure.
go
Brook
ahead.
Lopez.
You have 3 minutes to discuss whatever you want.
Brook Lopez. Apparently, there were reports of him like crying in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Because he wasn't playing, right?
He wasn't playing.
He's played like 10 minutes in the fourth quarter in the last month or so.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And so, it's like, okay, I understand that we don't play him because our young guys are doing well, or the people playing have a rhythm. But maybe the reasoning is, he's just not playing well.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason he's not playing well is because you were putting him in a system. We're D'Antoniing him, in terms of what D'Antoni.
You're
did to-
D'Antoniing him?
Yes, in terms of what D'Antoni did to Powell. Right? I don't think you watch Laker games during Dan.
I remember
right?
that.
Like
yeah.
we just threw Powell in a corner or wherever and had him shoot threes. That's you guys know Pau Gasol. He was a bull. Like he doesn't shoot threes. Well, I mean actually
Good years.
He shot a number of threes, but he didn't shoot threes before that.
But he's not like an up-tempo guy like the Lakers under D'Antoni were playing anyways.
So you're trying to put Brook Lopez, probably who's slower than freaking who's slow as hell. He's slower than fucking Andre Miller.
Oh, wow.
that's a comment.
Damn.
Like we're having him try to shoot threes where his game is posting up. Like he can score 20.
Honestly, at this point, like
game.
you'd be better off with his brother.
He's a better face up.
Yeah.
Guy
His
but,
brother's
like,
like quick
yeah.
and everything.
I got
yeah.
in that area. Yeah. Like
Just run
Robin
the floor.
Lopez would be perfect.
But Brook Lopez
But
doesn't
he
do
also
that.
doesn't. If I'm looking at what Luke Walton's doing correctly, he's trying to create a defensive setup first, right?
Yeah.
And Brook Lopez isn't your answer there.
No.
Definitely not.
No, but
Yeah.
he can.
So if he doesn't think he's going to be part of the long-term future,
True.
then focus on your future like you should be.
Yeah, but he's being told like there's
it's
no
the same-
reason.
It's the same thing with Luol Deng.
Yeah.
Like he could be playing for you. He's probably
No, he sucks.
Yeah.
maybe
How
I'm giving him
dare
too
you
much
talk
credit.
about Luol Deng, the great bull, like that.
No, he's
I
he's
remember
he's
that.
balling out. He balled out the
He's
playoffs
getting paid
the
like 20
season
million
before
to
we
not
picked
do
him up.
anything.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh wait, I'm getting old, so I'm just gonna play like that.
Yeah, right at the moment. That's like the one like good decision the Bulls made like these past 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. Okay, that's
So
enough.
Jordan Clarkson is also rumored to be maybe traded to Cleveland.
Oh yeah, I heard about
How do
that.
you
For
feel about
who?
that?
I don't know.
I don't know how.
All I know is
Okay.
Clarkson and Randall are probably gonna get.
Mm.
I think one of them I don't know
Yeah.
if both of them.
I don't think. I think it's kind of stupid, but I mean,
Who would you rather keep?
I want to keep both. I don't
Yeah.
like. But
who do you trade them for is more my question.
Yeah.
It's
There
like
was
if you're trying to build over your youth and you're trading away two players who are below 25 years old, then what are you really doing?
Mm-hmm. There was a rumor right before the Blake Griffin trade that Jordan Clarkson for Avery Bradley.
I heard about that, but it didn't go through.
It did, obviously, yeah.
That'd make sense. Make more sense for you.
No, but
guys.
I think so.
but then we're just picking up another KCP with
Yeah.
better defense, but still. I don't know. I think that the Lakers organization probably knows what they're doing. Doesn't look like it. It just no, like it just it
Yeah,
doesn't. You
I know
don't
that feeling.
like.
I mean, if you're trying to win now, then no, they don't know what they're doing. But
But
from
they're
a
trying to
long-term
win now.
that doesn't make sense.
Not
for their
today,
team.
not this year, but they're like, oh, we're going to get our free agents, as if people are going to come, and that's been the same thing every year. We're
But
going to get our free agents.
even if like they keep on whiffing on like those big name free agents and they keep on pretending to be building through the draft, but they're not really doing either of those things, so they're
Yeah.
just stuck in the middle, right? Where they're like,
Limbo.
Brook Lopez is a solution, and then he's definitely not the solution.
No.
And then you suddenly just traded away D'Angelo Russell, who has been injured this year, but still has a lot of potential, and is probably like 22 years old.
Yeah.
Didn't he come back and put 22 and 16 or something like
Something
that?
like that.
Yeah, and it's like I get it. Maybe you don't have a spot for him on your roster, but you can definitely trade him for something better than Brook Lopez, who you might be trading 6 months later.
True.
Like this team has no direction in the sense that they kind of want to do everything, and they're not really able to do all of the things or any of those things really.
Yeah. Okay.
And they have a young core. They have a good young core. They just need to grow it. And if they want, if they want like some veteran leadership, then keep Brook Lopez around. I don't know. Do something that shows like you're going in a direction.
Yeah.
That is not, let's wait until the summer of 2018 and hope LeBron James takes our call.
Yeah.
Which he might not do, because honestly, why would he go to the Lakers?
Beats me, dude.
It's like why he doesn't want to be the heir to Kobe. He wants to go to a team that's gonna contend right away, and that's just not the Lakers right now, at least. Not this year, not next year.
Maybe next year.
I don't know what's going on with this team.
No.
Are they gonna just
keep telling
draft
yourself that, but
LaMelo
no.
Ball in the first round next year?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no, just kidding. They don't have a
Jesus.
first round pick.
Yeah.
Don't worry. They don't need one for Leandro Ball.
It's a mess, dude.
They don't even need a second round for that.
It's a mess.
The more I think about it, the
That-
more I don't want any big free agents to come. Just
Right.
just re-sign all our guys,
Just
and
let it go. Yeah, I hate.
let
I
'em
hate
build.
the winning, like the we need to win because we're LA.
yeah, I mean whatever. Like
Stupid.
we've
That
won
might be the
2 in
first
the
time I've
last
heard a Laker fan say
like
that.
10 years.
Yeah.
Like
Well, they need to take a break. It's like it's any team that's been like successful like that, right? Like the Bulls in the early 2000s after Michael Jordan left, they had like this long time where they just they didn't really get anything done. Kirk Heinrich was somehow their best player.
Goat.
They had Jamal Crawford, Ben Wallace, and that was an interesting team.
Ben Gordon.
Yeah, Ben Gordon. Ben Gordon was pretty good. But then they obviously they got lucky with the draft when they drafted Derrick Rose, because they were not supposed to have that pick to get the
That
number
was
one
hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
pick. Yeah.
14.
But that's
Yeah,
just
14. But that's just okay. Like, yeah, they get lucky, but then they get Derrick Rose and they build around him, and that's what happened. And then obviously it like blew up. But it's like they waited 6-7 years until being even like noticeable again.
That's just how it goes.
It's like the Lakers just have to accept that and like be like, yeah. But like this past 5 years, they've been like, oh, maybe we can write Kobe out for another season, and that didn't work. Or then maybe Mike D'Antoni is the answer, and he wasn't.
That was
and
the
then-
worst. Oh my god. can we just move on? I don't even want to talk
Let's
about
just
Lakers
move on.
anymore.
Let's just move on to a little bit of let's look at the game picks for this week, and then
That
we'll
was the
close this
worst.
podcast out. Is there any game that really stands out?
Stupid.
yeah.
Well, what's more interesting to me is who got picked for the skills
Bill Back.
competition.
Oh, you want to talk about that? Isn't
Well,
it
I
just
mean-
bigs versus like? I don't know.
Littles.
I don't know how I feel about
Is
that.
Lauri Markkanen really that good of a
He's a pretty good ball
skills
handler,
big?
actually.
Oh, he is good.
Yeah.
He is good. He is probably almost as good as. Never mind.
Don't say it. Brook Lopez.
I was gonna say Lonzo. Okay. Well, let's talk about the game picks and ignore me.
Okay.
Is there any game that like really stands out?
Yes.
Not the
Warriors
Lakers, Thunder.
Kings. Why is
Yeah.
this on national TV?
Why is the Lakers versus the Thunder on national TV?
What do you mean?
Twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
It's in LA, right? Twice? No.
No.
What? First
No.
one's in away, and the second
Yeah.
one is at home.
So the Rockets are going to Cleveland and play the Cavs, and we all have the Rockets. We
Yeah,
don't see any chance the Cavs are just
No way.
winning. Okay.
Unless like the players don't show up and they're injured or something, right? And Harden has to try to do a triple double
The
again.
players don't show up and they're
No,
injured. or
like if,
something.
no. Okay, so
What if the players just stay in Houston and let James Harden play the Cleveland?
no, so
Cavaliers
if like Eric
1-5?
Gordon,
They got
Chris
lost
Paul,
in the LA Clipper tunnel.
yeah. No. I'm saying like if they're injured, right? Like the reason Harden had his triple double was because Eric Gordon had a sore knee or something. CP3 did CP3 play? I don't think so, right?
No, I don't think
Yeah.
so.
So I'm saying like if that happens again in Cleveland, Cavs have a chance.
I mean, if they're in Cleveland, then he might be putting up 70
Maybe. Yeah, that's true.
with that defense.
Maybe 81.
Just
80.
And the other game that's like pretty high profile is the Thunder and the Warriors. The thing is, like, the Thunder without Robertson is just not as impressive as with
True.
him. It's really funny how like that narrative kind of changed, because last year like Robertson was like the guy was like, oh, the Thunder cannot win with him, and now it's like suddenly he's out and they're like, oh, the Thunder cannot win without him, and you're just like, what happened?
Because he's their best defensive player, but he's also the liability on
Yeah.
offense.
But
And now they have enough like offensive players to like kind of hide that on
Yeah.
their starting
Yes.
five. Yeah, that makes sense.
like he's pretty much a 4 for them.
He's Tony Allen. With
He's a 4 as in
slightly better
like,
spot up shooting.
He's like
So they-
second
Oh,
most
is
shot.
this his shooting? You mean
yeah, no, like they pretty much run him as
they
like-
do?
no. Okay, so like all he does is get rebounds, make layups, and to play defense. And
Yeah, but
so
he still
who's
plays.
Their 4th?
He's still a shooting guard, right?
No, who's their number? Yeah, but who's their? Okay, so you have Westbrook,
They
you have
play
Robertson,
Carmelo at the
George,
4.
Melo, and so so like traditionally you have Melo in the power forward position, but Robertson is pretty much the power forward.
in
No,
the
I get what you
traditional
mean.
spot. Yeah, I
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Melo should come off the bench.
Bench.
That's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen, but he should.
Melo and bench don't go.
He should be like, oh, this is the USA team. I should come off the bench
Yeah.
and score like 25 every night. I think it would be better like that, but
Yeah, he would.
they're never
torch-
gonna do that. Yeah.
Torch the second unit.
That's the thing. It's like, don't you just want your stats to be padded? He's like, even if he comes off the bench, he's still gonna play like 35 minutes a game.
No, but I feel like he's never coming off the bench.
No, it's
right?
not gonna
Never,
happen.
it's not gonna happen.
I'm
No,
just
like,
throwing it out
He's not
there.
gonna
Like,
accept that.
Yeah, so
the,
I
like the
mean,
Thunder would be a better team if he came off the bench, but that's just not gonna happen.
So do you think Melo's the next AI? Just never, never gets a
Practice?
ring.
Practice?
No,
Talking about
I
practice?
don't know. I don't know. That team is gonna be interesting. If they keep their players, it's gonna be interesting, and if like George and Melo leave, it's also gonna be interesting to see where they
How
go.
old is Melo? 31.
I want to say 3.
Yeah, that's what I
33.
think.
I think he's 32
He just
because
looks- he-
Dwayne Wade is 33, and I
They
think
both.
Dwayne Wade,
Wade
is older.
It's weird. Wade and Melo look like
Wade was third year.
Dirk.
I think Wade's 2 years older.
Wait, what?
like Wade and Melo. Okay, no, that's an over exaggeration. Melo moves like Dirk.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, he's 33.
Like, okay, he can still jump. He can go.
D Wade is
to
35. That's
grab
the
rebounds.
thing. Yeah.
But he doesn't do anything. Like he doesn't play defense.
Yep.
He looks like he's playing defense, but then he just stands up, and then all he does is take threes
He's getting paid $25 million
to do a Dirk.
to like what is he scoring? 18 points, something like that.
He's not even scoring 20.
I don't know. I'm just
Jeez.
throwing it there. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah, 17.5 points.
Jeez.
25 million for that.
I don't know, dude.
That's not even $1 million a point
Dude, I don't even know.
per game.
Movie.
Is there anything else? Is there anything that we're forgetting?
Do you know Carmelo Anthony hasn't won a game in Denver since forcing a trade?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Thanks, Reddit.
Apparently.
That's
Wow.
really cool.
Huh.
That's insane.
I mean, not for
That's
him.
great. No, it's,
Yeah.
it's great. It's great.
Did you guys see Steven Adams get crossed?
Yeah, by Jamal Murray.
That-
Jamal
that
Murray's
was
good,
great.
dude.
Yeah, no, he's so good.
I've-
You saw that, huh?
I have to point out that Jamal Murray was on my list of underrated players in the NBA when we
Oh, yeah.
did that a couple weeks back.
Okay.
Just saying.
Good call.
No,
good
but
call.
he's really good, and he's
Mhm.
also really young. I
Yeah.
think everybody expects Denver to like compete or like be like a contender at least in the playoffs, not necessarily for the title, but
Yeah.
they're still like 3 years away from being a really really good team if they keep all their players.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Anything else? I think
When's
that's all.
Paul Millsap coming back?
Nah.
Is
He's
he coming
not.
back soon?
He's out for the season.
Yeah,
Out
I
for the
think
season?
Yeah.
I think he's out every season. That's
He's out every season. He's out for the rest of the
him and,
seasons.
yeah, him and Blake Griffin.
Yeah, he's getting paid a lot too. I mean, he's injured. It's not his fault,
Play
but
the bench.
yeah, damn.
Where's Festus Ezeli?
Rehab?
You were laughing, but like we could say this about like so many Lakers,
Right? That's true.
Where's Andrew Bynum?
Oh God, he's playing
Right in the heart.
bowling somewhere.
Yeah. No, yeah, dude. He could have been so good.
Could have been,
Oh my god.
but the afro got to him.
No, but he was
Who are we talking about?
Bynum.
Andrew Bynum. Yeah.
He was on pace to be the best center in the league.
Paul Millsap is getting paid
You-
$20 million.
Feel free to at me.
I mean, yeah, he
Feel
was
free
on
to at
pace
me.
probably.
Yeah. Like,
Where can people at you at?
Yeah,
oh,
plug it.
no, I don't really.
UCSD Guardian?
Oh, yeah, just come by to the.
Just come to the
UCSD
office on
Guardian
Sunday.
office on Sundays.
Find Richard. He's the one with the man bun.
Yeah, it's not a man bun. I just have my hair tied because I'm trying to grow it out.
Yeah.
All right,
Good for you, dude.
all right, thanks, man.
That's pretty.
But enough about me. And Andrew Bynum's big baller.
used
Used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a shame.
Okay, that's all we have.
fucked up.
I'm still leading the
Oh,
game
no,
picks by
Bynum
what
never played a game
14.
after that.
Okay.
I'm just plugging it there.
Okay,
We're gonna leave Richard and Alex discuss the Lakers because I think they have a lot of things to tell.
No, we're good. We're good.
You're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right, that's all we have, and we'll be back next week.
Mike Brown?
And probably see what happens right after the trade deadline, right? Since it's Thursday, and preview All-Star Weekend, I guess. Even though, does anybody really care about All-Star Weekend?
No,
Uh,
I don't.
Wayne
guess it's an
Ellington
LA.
takes the 3-point contest.
Okay,
Larry
so
Nance
not a
Jr.
Clay.
So that's a
wins the
no?
dunk contest.
that's a no.
Clay's not.
Well,
gonna let
Miguel
that
cares
happen.
because there's 4 Warriors on that team.
It's whatever.
So
Eh,
I think Team Curry wins.
with all these injuries, I could say that now.
let's make picks next week.
Okay.
For the
Yeah.
teams.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
Super Bowl,
Yeah, we'll be back next week.
Oh, go
Alright.
Patriots.
See it.
Love you.